Without a weave and a weave.
I know why you did that. I know. I'm positive I know. I'm positive I know why. Because Real Housewives of Atlanta was on. They did the
yes,
show.
honey.
I know why. As soon as I saw you, tonight. I said, I know why she's natural.
No, because it was just time. It was just time. Because my hair
had nothing to do with that. Right, move up with her. You talk to her.
I don't want to be on
You're already
Facebook.
in it. You're already
just
in
my
it.
Arm.
Just
and her
fabulous nails. I desperately need to, but I've been moving, so I haven't done anything with my nails because it would be worthless.
All right, coming in.
All right.
Not yet, wait.
Lele bonjour, everyone. It is Mardi Gras. It is Fat Tuesday, and the Diva Disturbed is back once again with the good people. Yes. We are live here at BFAM 109.6. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons on my channels. But also, we have a lot to talk about tonight, people. It's a lot of disturbing things going on right now. And if you don't mind, I would love for some of you to call in and discuss live with us. Our number is 678-383-4378. 678-383-4378. So give us a call and let's get into it. Now, I had my playlist already laid out about what I was going to talk about at the top, but y'all, I was on Instagram, and the Pied Piper, who can't seem to keep his mouth closed these days, as you know, new accusations have arisen about him, and another video of him and a young lady. As we learned in Surviving R.Kelly, we also know that he said that he just can't seem to control himself from recording himself with these women that he's having relations with. And so anyway, he did an exclusive interview with my cousin Oprah. Y'all know I call her my cousin because I feel like deep down inside, because we were both born in Mississippi, that we probably are related. So anyway, cousin Oprah's best friend, Gayle King, okay? So he did an exclusive interview with her, apparently, and I saw a preview on Demetria Lucas's Instagram, and he was going off. Okay, he was like, y'all need to use your brains. Use your brains. Think. Do you think after all I've been through that I would do something like this? I'm holding women against their will. Do you believe that? And I was like, he has lost his ever-loving mind. And as someone, while not licensed to practice, but who has been in the legal profession for some time, if he was my client, he wouldn't be my client for long. No amount of money is going to get me to continue to deal with you and your antics. What I need for you to do is follow the script, Kales. Okay, that's what I need for you to do. And that means you do not get on here and show emotion and outrage. Now, if your attorneys and publicists did encourage you to act that way, you need to fire them immediately, is what I'm saying. R.Kelly, you are disturbing us, and you are disturbing the peace. And I'm just really disappointed in your behavior. I'm going to pray for you, though, because my Aunt Betty, she taught me to pray for people like you, because you do have issues, and I want you to get better. I think prison might be a good place. They have a lot of great psychiatrists and doctors there. I'm going into the counseling field now, since me and the bar exam wasn't getting along. And I'm probably gonna be able to help you too. Yana Van Zant said she would help you. She could help fix your life, but you just didn't want the help, baby. I don't know what to tell you, but I can't wait to see this. Y'all know I'm not a morning person. Anyone who knows Diva is not a morning person. That's why y'all need to hurry up and send me some sponsorship dollars, because y'all know I don't like getting up and going to corporate America every morning, because they be having me come in at a set time. And 9 a.m. and 8:30 just don't work for me. Make it 11 and I'll get there on time. Okay. But either way, all I'm saying is that I will be setting my alarm to watch the remains of this interview.
No, you won't.
Yes, so my producer says I'm not going to get up, but I told you I'm going to get up. And then on top of that, David, you made me lose my train of thought. Wait a minute. But no, what I was trying to say is this. I will be up to watch because there was a still that they showed where R. Kelly kind of stood up over Gail, and Gail was sitting like this. Like, young man, you need to sit down somewhere. And he does. He bless his heart.
He tried to rise up on her?
Yeah. He was yelling.
In the interview that we just watched?
Yes. There's a still, like, of him, like, going in on her.
I might yell.
You might see. Look, that's it. He laughing at me, and he's, it's ridiculous.
I didn't say you're getting up. I said I'm getting up.
I am getting up. For some reason, though, I think my subconscious is turning my phone to silent. I think it is because when you text me this morning, I had no clue. And then I said, why am I missing? Because I always hear that. I'll wake up to my alarm and my phone is on silent. So I think my subconscious is turned off. But comment down below or call in and let me know what your thoughts are on the R. Kelly debacle. It continues. At this point, some of the women, you get the side eye from me. But some of y'all, I legit believe y'all have claims. And I can understand how a man of R. Kelly's power, wealth, and influence. I mean, when you have someone as basic as a millionaire, I bring this story up all the time because I still find it outrageous, but in West Palm Beach, how the hell you going to be raping and molesting girls and get 18 months in prison but spend 6 days out of the week out of your private cell to get to go work your job, okay, in downtown West Palm Beach? How that happen? And that's why R. Kelly thinks that he's going to get off right now because remember last time there was a video with him plain as day, people talking to him, but yet and still they were like, because of how the people were dressed and they were talking. You just felt like, caller, get on the air. So looks like we have a call in. Let's see. But moving on from R. Kelly, my next topic was to talk about the Jordyn Woods interview. Now, I am going to be honest and say that I did not watch this interview because, number one, I really don't give a damn about the Kardashians and the Jenners at all. But Jordyn Woods, as you know, was Kylie Jenner's best friend. And allegedly, she had some sort of tryst with Tristan Khloe's baby daddy. But, wait a minute, we got a caller. What's up? What's going on?
Caller, state your name.
My honest 2 cents.
2 cents. My honest 2 cents. He wants his thing to be my honest 2 cents. What's your question? What's your question to my diva?
My question is, what are your thoughts about this whole R. Kelly thing? I just now kind of got into the because I just watched the interview he just did, and then I just searched R. Kelly's name and just typed in live so I could see live videos and just wanted to interact with people. So that's how I came up on this.
Oh, okay. Well, from the top, quite frankly, I think that R. Kelly needs to keep his mouth shut. Number one, you have an open pending case and you need to be quiet about it. Now is not the time to be going off and showing rage because a lot of convictions and a lot of trials, public trials, as we know, are often tried in a court of public opinion. You want as clean of a jury as you can find. And now you out here going on national news showing your whole entire behind. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? So that's my opinion as far as,
How do you feel about it?
I kind of agree with that about he needs to keep his mouth shut and just let his lawyer do the thing, even though his lawyer is fighting with what's the guy, Michael Anthony. But he's been quiet for the past couple of days and everything. But I think that the reason R. Kelly came to the interview is because the day and age he lives in with social media, with people not feeling him putting his face out there in the front line, people already judging him. Like, everybody already saying he's guilty. And the charges that put on him is, like Dr. was saying, is stuff in the past. It's less recent, like with the whole young girl thing, things about the video in the past. Like, even the lawyer is saying that he got VHS tape. It shows you how old it is. You don't need to have 16 anymore.
True.
Like the thing of a past now.
True, but do you think that
already given their social opinion, so he wanted to come out and give his opinion, like the whole part where he cried a little bit, they showed that little segment. I believe, like, I've been in that situation, not with that type of case, but when you fighting for your life. That was real serious, and when he said he was fighting for his life, and people have already judged him. That's why I said don't listen to the social blogs and all that. Because people are already judging, so how is he going to get a fair turnout from people?
Well, you know what? You just have to go through what they call voir dire, or as we say in the South, voir dire, which is the jury selection, and just pray that you're able to use your strikes to get his attorneys can win on that. The problem that I have with R. Kelly, it is perfectly okay for anyone to go before the media and give a public statement and be interviewed, but your behavior will also dictate how people will judge you. And the behavior that I've seen in the 2 clips that I've seen so far, I just feel like, dude, what are you doing? You got to learn how to control your emotions. And if you were not ready for this interview, then you should have set it out and waited until another more appropriate time when you could cool your heels. Because right now you have a pending case.
Comment on that?
Sure.
Yes.
Comment on that point?
Sure.
On that point, I would say you can't hide your emotions. Like, okay, when he did decide to come out to do the speak in the interview, you can't hide your emotions when they're really okay. Like, say for example, you could go through something. Say you had to defend yourself and you killed somebody, and it was all caught on tape. But still, like you see people on the internet, like you might get on Facebook or a friend might tell you because you're not on Facebook, but a friend might tell you, oh man, people are saying real bad comments about you. This and that, this and that. So whenever you get on there on the interview, whenever you really want to speak out so you can give a little good side, so you can let people hear your voice and let the people hear what you have to say about it. Whenever certain questions get brought up, like even when that question got brought up, even still, I had 2 cases before, and I think before this interview, I'm not going to talk about those cases. So he already let it be known before the interview started what they could speak on, what they couldn't speak on. So while the interview is taking place, when certain questions are getting asked, that starts boiling up into your blood whenever you feel like I'm fighting for my life and nobody believes me because everybody wanna blame me from the past. Okay, that's why he said that with confidence, and he said I beat my case.
Here's the thing about, but my 2 cents, here's the thing about that. It can go either way. You can be guilty of the acts, but found not guilty in courts, just like you can be found guilty and still be innocent. There is no doubt that what we witnessed with R. Kelly was not R. Kelly. I never watched the full video. Whatever the media was showing that the news channels were like, I just felt like it was inappropriate to be watching a child be taken advantage of by a grown man.
On that point, can I speak on that point right there? Because we don't know if it was a child being taken advantage of as a grown man.
She was 14 at the time that video was made.
I'm putting it to what I would say is with girls like that, let's say that he didn't know her age and everything, and it was a mistake, and then he didn't do it after that, but he videotaped it because when I was
but that was Sparkle's niece though.
When I was growing up, a lot of older dudes messing with younger girls.
But just because everyone was doing it doesn't make it right.
Even with him marrying Aaliyah, if you look at it, his grandparents. How old was your grandparents when they got married? How old was your grandfather compared to your grandmother?
They were like in their 20s.
I know the age gap in mine was 14 years.
Well, the laws are different now. You have to be 17 and older in the state of Illinois. Now, everywhere else, it's 18.
But what about when he was growing up and everything? How did he see that standard? And even when you look at the age of consent laws, I'm not sure what the age of consent laws is in Illinois.
In the state of Illinois, it's 17.
I know in North Carolina, the age of consent is 16.
It's 17 for the state of Illinois.
Okay.
It's 17. I researched that because I had to do. If you follow my YouTube, I did the first 4 episodes I discussed of surviving R. Kelly. My issue with R. Kelly is that he is a victim himself, but now he has become a predator. He was preyed upon, and now he has become a predator. The problem is that R. Kelly knows that he needs help, but the people around him are afraid to even help him get help because then they won't be able to eat, which we kind of see that going on now because I don't know if it's rent disputes or he really legitimately cannot pay his rent in some of these places. He was evicted here in Atlanta. His studio, he hasn't paid the rent there and God knows when. And he just has a lot of issues. And honestly, I think now is the time for him to go into hiding.
I like this conversation, but my brother from jail calling me and I got to answer.
Okay, and we have got to. And we.
My brother from jail
And we have got to
appreciate you calling in.
okay,
2
thank
cents.
you in 2 cents, my 2 cents. Thank you so much. Okay, well, y'all, that's all we've got for this segment right here. But please stay right there, hold the phone, and we'll be back on BFM 109.6 with a Diva Disturbed.
His brother goes to jail.
That was hot.
That was
real color that
good.
nobody knew.
That was very, very
That was
entertaining.
really,
So-
That was
really
entertaining right there.
Since you're going into the Kardashians, you see where Kylie Jenner's the youngest now billionaire? I saw that today.
And she's not self-made.
She's not self-made, but
they
they're
want-
calling her self-made billionaire.
We appreciate you calling in there, Mr. 2 cents. Appreciate it.
She's not self. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You helped make
That
the
was
show.
that's a very good argument. It's okay. I think what people need to understand when they call in,
No,
it's
Nikki,
okay to disagree with you.
we're still going, cousin. We're still going. So just hold it. We're just on break, but you
Yeah.
can join in the conversation
Absolutely.
while we're offline right now too.
I mean,
Yeah, if you want to call into the show, 678-383-4378, we want you to call in here and have controversy with the diva. That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah, I definitely saw his point, but I think he wasn't getting the point that what R.Kelly did actually hurt him more than it helped him. I understand he didn't come out, but like she said, like the diva said, if he would have came out, was cool throughout the whole thing,
Yeah.
that would have helped him tremendously.
Never let them see you sweat.
Unfortunately, social media ruins a lot of people.
And then the R. Kelly supporters
news
are looking
alone.
at all the old stuff. In other words,
Forget
the two
social
cases
media,
that he
news
beat,
alone.
those were the VHS tapes. The tapes that are now out are not tapes, they're CDs.
Regular,
There's no VHS tapes. The tapes are talking about the VHS tapes.
they're DVDs or
Right,
memory cards.
Like he
or-
says,
yeah.
like I saw that argument on, I was watching CNN and they were arguing about the R. Kelly thing, and they said that the old case that he beat was the VHS tapes.
Mhm.
And as soon as they said that, now everybody's like saying, see, the tapes are old. Yeah, the tapes are old to the old case. The things that are out now are not on VHS.
And then I don't know what the tolling statutes are like in Illinois either.
17.
If they no tolling, like
Oh.
for instance, let's say I was molested at 16 or raped
how long
or
you
whatever.
report it
How
for?
long before I can report it before this
It's
starts
thing.
to run, the statute starts to
You
run.
said something. You think in your history you've done or research of R. Kelly. You think he was
Oh no, he
sexually
was.
molested or something?
He was.
He was.
I mean, I don't know much about the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
other
He was
than-
molested
There's no way he
when
wasn't.
he was 9.
Yeah.
Him and his brother,
Him and
who
his
were
brother.
6 at the
Okay.
time, were molested
By
by
who?
their older sister.
Yep.
That's why I said that's why
Why he
R.
has no
Kelly
respect for women.
plays on girls that
Okay.
are 14, 15, 16 years
Okay.
old.
My
because
older sister. That's a little different.
And you don't
Yes.
see her anywhere in the news, do you?
That's a different twist.
Mm-hmm. And one of his brothers is just straight up crazy. His
Well, I mean, yeah,
oldest
well-
one that's in prison,
Yeah.
he's crazy, and he was there. But
So
he
you know-
said that the younger brother, the youngest, he said that the sister would never let him and Robert go play together outside. One always had to
Right,
be in
had
the
to be
house.
inside the house. They couldn't
with
talk to
her.
each other. She
And
wouldn't let the
so-
brothers talk to each other and get a scheme up to take her out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh, my honest two cent, he commented on my YouTube. He said, I'll try to call back in if that's okay. That is perfectly
Absolutely,
okay.
we'd love to have you
Absolutely.
call back in. That was
You
a
know-
very constructive argument.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
Hey,
unfortunate.
what if that was,
Yeah.
as soon as he said that it was his
Wow.
brother called from jail, prison, you know what I thought? I thought
What?
that might have been R. Kelly. His
What's
older
the
brother's in
difference? Oh,
prison.
shoot. You know what,
What if he
Nikki?
would've
I
called us,
haven't
yeah.
watched the Leaving Neverland just yet, but we got to talk about
I
that
heard
too.
about
I
that
saw a
earlier
lot
today.
of conversation about it on Twitter. I don't know what to feel about him. Is it time?
1 minute.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about him, but Nikki, why don't you call in, cousin Nikki, and give us a call at
I'm saying, let's do it.
678-383-4378 so we can get you on the phone and we can have a debate about Michael Jackson versus R. Kelly. Probably Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Michael Jackson have no tapes. I ain't never heard of no tapes.
right.
Well, because he wasn't dumb. If you're going to go out there and do something with underage women, don't put the video recorder on. That's called evidence. I'm not even a lawyer after that out.
It's almost like he wants to be
It's
confident.
almost
If you
like
do that,
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Stupid.
I don't know.
Now the diva's going to come out. That's what her nasty music
Is that your
out.
Mardi Gras shirt?
No,
I didn't see that. That's
Yes.
There you go, girl.
All right, everyone, we are back with the Diva Disturbed. I don't know if y'all missed it here on 109.6, but we just had a great discussion about R. Kelly. Okay. My cousin said she can't call in right now because she's driving. But okay, girl, once you get parked, pull over to the parking lot, girl, and let's talk about it. Now, I'm going completely off of my topics, but I'm going to go ahead. If any of you have watched Leaving Neverland, feel free to call in and let's start some dialogue about that. I haven't watched it, but someone did ask out there if what's the difference between Michael Jackson and R. Kelly. The big difference is that I don't recall anyone ever saying we had any videotaped evidence. We only have what people have said, which is thus really hearsay. Okay, so we don't know what Michael Jackson really did. I do find it strange that he did like to have sleepovers with little boys, and but I don't know if there was really any sexual contact or anything going on. We really don't know. And the thing about Leaving Neverland that's disturbing is that unlike in the R. Kelly situation, R. Kelly's still very much alive and well and can speak for himself. Michael Jackson is dead and buried. Okay, we don't know. We know that there were trials. We know that it was his life kind of was never the same after that. Honestly, Michael Jackson, he just kind of, I don't know how to feel about it. And Quincy Jones, honestly, you know, when he was out there giving up all the secrets about everybody and who was doing who and what and where, one of the things he did say is that Michael Jackson was not gay and that he was not a child molester. And I know that Quincy Jones has a reputation in the music industry as pretty much being in the know of everything, because he was a participant in some things too. So I don't know about how to feel, and it hurts because anyone who knows me knows that Michael Jackson was a big part of my life, as was Prince growing up. Because, baby, let me tell you something. At 6, 7 years old, my daddy would curl. I had a Jerry curl. I used to be sure to get the curl cues because I was Michael Jackson, baby. You cannot tell me I was not Michael Jackson. My parents would have bought me that little off-brand Thriller jacket, or no, Beat It, the little Beat It jacket. I had that. You know, I thought it was Michael Jackson. And okay, but
Question on Michael Jackson. This is my big thing because I was a big Michael Jackson fan as well. You do know who Macaulay Culkin is, right?
yes,
Home Alone.
yes.
You do know he's gay. He's out of the closet. This is not no secret. Macaulay Culkin's gay. He's got a boyfriend.
Okay.
Whatever, okay? Macaulay Culkin and Michael Jackson towards the end there, and all those accusations were coming out. He was 14, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he was hanging at Michael's place all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't he have come out and said something by now?
Yeah, and so with the Coreys.
Exactly. Oh, I didn't think about them.
He's never said anything bad about Michael Jackson.
I don't think anything happened.
Who is it? It's the one little boy from. He's not a little boy anymore. He's a grown man from Australia.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
That's
that little
one
boy.
of
He would have
them.
said something. Oh.
No, he's the one that is on Leaving Neverland. He's one of the people.
I haven't seen it.
It's two young men that are saying that Michael Jackson violated them. But here's my question to you. How many of you that are parents out there, I am not a parent, I do not have children, but I am the godmother of many. I don't know why, because I'm the brokest of many too.
That's that Diva
But,
side chick that you got.
I need to start telling those
That's
kids.
survival kid. You wouldn't be that godmother so much.
But I just wonder why, okay, I've been a big sister, and big brothers, big sisters. I've been a mentor, all of that. I've had children stay at my house, girls mostly, but we've never, I've never thought that, I don't know. When people ask where were the parents, and maybe they did see Michael Jackson as a mentor to their children. I don't know. Now, with the R. Kelly thing, there's a twist. He only wanted to deal with females. I would be curious, though, that music group, two of them that he worked with, which was Changing Faces. If y'all remember, they had the little song out in the 90s, I think it was. Do you mind if I stroke you up? Don't mind. Y'all remember that? And then there was another group which ended up marrying, one of them ended up marrying Ron Isley, JS. I think they had some song about ice cream. I don't remember. But I would be curious to know, because they didn't interview any of them. I would love to know what they thought. But let's get into the Khloe versus Jordan Woods. Khloe Kardashian versus Jordan Woods. Now, I did not watch the interview. I tend not to engage in anything that has to do with the Kardashians. I don't want to continue to give them up. But in this case, since this is what's going on in pop culture today, I'm going to briefly speak about it. Cosmo and a couple of other people around the internet have commented that one of the things people probably missed in the interview with Miss Jordan Woods and my sorority sister, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, honey, you probably missed what Jordan actually said that makes us all go, really, Chloe? She a homewrecker girl? How? How, Sway? How? But anyway, during the interview, Jordan said that while she was partying at Mr. Tristan's house, honey, in her mind, she said she was wondering, how would I feel if one of my best friends was at my ex's house? So Tristan and Chloe apparently were not together at the time, but let us not forget this is a Kris Jenner production. And let us not forget that Kris Jenner loves to capitalize on any and everything tragic that's going on in her family's lives. Now was not the time for the world to find out that Miss Chloe and her baby daddy are not together. So that is possibly why Chloe and the family are so outraged and ready to go Black Street Fighter on Miss Jordan Woods. Okay, pop the trunk on Miss Jordan Woods. What go ape shit on her. I don't know what else to say, but that's just my Kardashian plug. Y'all got that from the Diva. You probably won't get it that often unless some tragic happens. And honestly, I don't know why y'all keep talking about they appropriating Black culture too. Because aren't Armenians not per se white? I'm just asking. I don't know. Y'all tell me, because aren't they Iranian or something? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Which by the way, Iranian men are good looking. Some of them, they look more Italian than Iranian to me. Okay, I used to date one back in the day. Either way, moving on. Truth is always stranger than Florida. Let's talk about Florida real quick. I've had some tragedies happen in Florida for me recently, so but this one is kind of funny. So I just happened to be at my homeboy's house at the start to steal part of his rare corn collection because I'm hard up for money. So this Florida man stole $33,000 in rare coins and then takes them to a coin star and gets, get this y'all, $29 and some change. You big dummy. In the words of Fred G. Sanford and the G Sting.
You got to say it right.
You big dummy. You need to use your head. Think. Rare coins. Coinstar, not the place. Pawn shop. Go find a coin dealer. But you know what? It's Florida. I'm really starting to think, Florida, what do y'all put in y'all's water? Because those that have been there for a long time, no offense to any of my friends that live in Florida, because one of my best friends from law school, she lives there. I love you, girl, and I'm not talking about you because you are straight as an arrow, girl. Yes, you are. And so is my tax attorney. Sorry, Richard. We all went to law school together. It's all good.
I understand.
Let me see if anyone is commenting real quick because I have my screens off. Okay. So anyway, y'all, we will be back later on. I have been Miss Sophia the Diva. This is a Diva to Start on BFM 109.6. Come on back. Call in.
So Macaulay Culkin, are we out there?
I mean, it's going to be rolling, but yeah.
Well, just don't say the F-bomb. Say everything else.
Well, if he is gay, he's dating a girl
Macaulay
named
Culkin's
Britta
not gay.
Macaulay Culkin came out of the closet quite a few years
There's
ago.
nothing on the
He
internet
might
about
be
him being gay.
He is
He's
currently
been married. He was in a
dating,
relationship with Mila Kunis too.
Oh,
He's in
who?
a Mila Kunis.
What?
Yes.
He's currently in
And
a
he's currently in a relationship with another girl.
Brenda Song, whoever she is.
Brenda Song is
That's who he's dating right now.
a Disney Channel girl.
that's another one. I wonder about Disney sometimes. A
Wow.
lot of
But-
them kids come out messed up. Brittany shaved her head. Justin told her to cry
A
him
lot of it, I
a
think, it's just because of the kids that are starting out too young on TV.
Yep.
And they don't
Richard,
have-
I can't
They're
find
sheltered for
anything
so
about him
long.
being gay.
And
on
not
the
only
internet.
that, they just don't have proper attention. I mean, because, okay, I'm going to be honest. God bless us all. But Bill Cosby, y'all notice almost all the Cosby kids are pretty normal.
Except Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, Lisa Bonet is a little weird.
She,
Well, no,
she,
Lisa Bonet
she
is
Little
pissed me
weird.
off. She pissed me off the other day on the Oscars.
Why?
She's dating that.
No, she's married and has 2
Oh,
children.
she's married to
Jason
him?
Momoa.
Okay, she's married to him. Well, okay, may have been because he's Hawaiian or something. The interviewer person was asking him to do some sort of Hawaiian fight dance, something or other, and I guess
Ah.
tribal dance or something. And I guess some people were saying that was kind of racist of her to ask him to do that. And you could see the disgusted look on her face. And I don't think she's been all that innocent, but most of the other kids have been.
I think she's well
But-
adjusted. She kind of is not.
But I don't know, just
Sorry.
the way she was looking, she was just not looking happy. But then again, she hasn't done a whole lot. And maybe I kind of also at the same time thought maybe he's getting attention, she's not. Because she hasn't done much, I don't think,
I don't
in
think
many
she
years.
cares.
So here she is on the red carpet and someone else is getting attention and not her.
I think she
She didn't
stays
look like
in the
she wanted to be
shadows on
there.
purpose. She doesn't. She's
Yeah,
not
That
very.
may be. I mean, I don't know.
She's not very Hollywood. I like Lisa Bonet. I like her because she's different, very bohemian. But I always compare her and even Erica Badu to some extent. They're both very. Okay. All right, everyone. Are we ready to resume our disturbing conversations with the Diva? This is the Diva Disturbed on BFAM 109.6. We've got great dialogue here. We do have guests in the studio, by the way, so don't think that these voices are coming from just anywhere, but they just do not want to be seen right now on
They're
the
not
Diva
the inside
Disturbed.
voices.
You know, they're not the voices inside my head coming out.
Nice.
My name is not Sybil. Okay.
Oh, going deep in the fire.
Yes. So what's that Halle Berry movie where she had multiple personality, Frankie and
You know what today is?
Frankie
Today is
and Alice.
National Multiple Personality Day.
Oh Lord, I didn't know that. As
That's a whole lot of people celebrating
That's a whole lot of
There's
people.
a whole lot of
That's
people
true.
celebrating.
At least.
3 or 4.
Or 3 or 4. Okay, y'all. So
Oh gosh.
let's get into real
What?
quick. Let's do reality TV first before we get into the crime.
That had
thing.
to
So
sting a little.
let's go into reality TV. Oh, so as you know, we are now in season 11 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Shout out to the ATL for
ATL.
giving me life. Yes.
And Agent Ferguson, thank you very much. Keep the good work up.
So if you watched the mid-season trailer for Real Housewives of Atlanta, you saw Mimi get out of character. Okay, so we finally got the big reveal on what prompted that. So this particular episode, I'm so glad that I happened to that Sunday go and get my hair done. As y'all know, you rarely see my actual. This is my actual hair. There are no tracks. I'm not wearing a wig. Okay, there are no tracks, baby. Okay, this is all mine. It's pressed out, no chemicals. Praise the Lord. But anyway, Nene decided to have a theme party where no one wore wigs or weave. It kind of is a callback to when Kim Fields was on there and they did a no makeup party. Okay. So anyway, this party, by the time everybody got there, Nene was smashed. Okay. But here's what was odd about this episode too. Oh my God. Greg had to go back to the hospital because they found a blood clot. But you still holding a party with a bunch of people. I guess the show must go on. Let me tell you something. The way I feel about my boo thing that I'm currently dating right now, if he was laid up in the hospital and we not even married like that, guess who would be sleeping there almost every night if his mama didn't kick me out? Okay? You know, I'm just saying. I just feel some type of way about that. And I like how someone on Twitter pointed out that they feel as though Nene uses Greg's illness. She weaponizes it more than anything because she's so quick to say no one is there for her. She got into a confrontation with Marlo, who is supposed to be like her little sister best friend. Marlo missed her hair appointment just to get there because Greg texted her and said, I think Nene is breaking down. She wouldn't even let her in the gate to see her. But yet you insulting this woman, calling her baldy and what was it she called her with your big belt? This ain't purple rain. I mean, she was just going in on Marlo. Then she was mad at Portia. I noticed she likes to talk about Portia being pregnant. Honey, let me tell you, there are people on the bus stop with 2 kids on their hip and one in their belly, and they don't be taking it out like Portia. Nene, think, use your brain. Did she not tell you that she had a miscarriage a few years ago with twins? And that is why she is so protective about this pregnancy, because she wants to carry this child to term. Think. But Nene is mad because Portia's pregnancy, I believe, is taking the spotlight off of her. Well, the party gets a little out of control. Nene starts breaking down and crying. Everybody around her, Marlo and Cynthia, go upstairs with her. They leave people downstairs. What host do you know leaves people downstairs to go take it? At that point, if I'm in that bad of a shape, let me tell you what I would do. Everybody, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Y'all can stay if you want to. You know, if you're too sloppy drunk or whatever, which that ended up happening. Eva and what was it? Eva and Shamari. That's another one of my sorors. I didn't even know the lady was my soror. Lord, you know, with Shamari, we gonna help you, girl. We gonna get you together. Because that's what we do. That's sisterly relations. Okay. But she got through. Oh God, they were so sloppy drunk. But Nene left everybody downstairs, so it's just wild. And then Ivana, I'm Ivana. I'm that bitch from Clark, Atlanta. I was like, oh, I go to Clark. I don't know who you are. I ain't heard nobody on campus talk about you. That was 10 years ago. I'm that bitch at Clark then. Okay, no, I'm not. But either way, it got so bad that Shamari was all up trying to have lesbian lust with Eva and trying to get some milk. I said, is this a lactation episode too? I mean, she was like, maybe I got you. She was all kinds of turned up and messed up. Okay. And then she threw up on Eva's shoe. Eva, by that time, the whole party ended up upstairs. Next thing you know, everybody's there. Candy like, I want to see this closet you've been talking about, Mimi. And so Portia and Candy ended up, she's like, don't you go in my closet. Don't you go in my closet. Don't you go in my closet. Well, they went in the closet. Next thing you know, the camera people are following Candy and Portia into control and went straight savage. It was a roar, and she just started pulling people's clothes and oh my God, it was just awful. So that is why we learned that Nene went into a rage because people were in her closet. I mean, were there unmentionables laying around? Is your closet really empty? But we saw Nene's actual closet at the top of last season. So I don't know why she would ever be ashamed. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this particular episode. I didn't go into detail as much as I would normally. There will be a more expanded video later. But we gonna talk more about Miss Nene and her tantrums and her weaponizing Greg's illnesses and how she seems to be so derelict. To me, in my opinion, and I'm not the only one, Twitter has also noticed that it's awfully odd that your husband is that sick and you're not by his side. But I did also have to point, I was not directly part of this reality TV, but I was part of the filming process. And one of the things I do know is that production can kind of be like the show must go on. A couple of ladies that were filming at this one reality show I was at wanted to leave the event we were all attending, and the producers told them, no, sit back down. We're going to continue to film. So it can be stressful, which is why I strongly believe that instead of using Greg's sickness and illness as a storyline, maybe Nene should have set out this season or even just said, I'm only going to film a few episodes here and there, and kind of took a time away. As you all know, also Married to Medicine is now branching out into Married to Medicine LA. I almost wanted to cry. I watched that episode because I was like, I kind of miss Los Angeles. I am a transplant. I've been here since July of last year. It's because I decided to go back to school. And I miss LA. And so Married to Medicine LA, I think it's going to be cute. I think it's going to be fun. I think that it's a great way that they brought the ladies from Atlanta to kind of introduce us to the ladies of LA, the doctors and the wives. One of the things I wanted to point out, Dr. Heavenly, I love her for doing this in this episode. There was a lady that said, I'm just a doctor's wife. And Dr. Heavenly was like, you're more than that. What else do you do? She was like, oh, I do such and such. And I was like, I noticed that a lot of women sometimes, especially because of how I grew up, I am a product of my mother was a teacher, and then my stepfather was or is a minister. My mom is a retired school teacher. But I would see some first ladies. That's all. I'm a preacher's wife. But what else do you do? What else defines who you do? You're more than him. Yes, you are his rib, but what else do you do? So I thought that was really good. I'm looking forward to it. It premieres this Sunday, soon following right in behind the next dramatic episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But real quick, Kenya Moore, baby, we know you are a new mother, but you ain't new to this life, okay? Because you've been on this earth almost 50 years. Of course, you're going to get kicked out or asked to move to a more appropriate area in any restaurant. You cannot change a child's diaper right there front and center in front of everybody's meal, okay? I can't be up here trying to enjoy a filet mignon or chicken tenders or whatever it is I'm eating. And you decide that you want to change a poop diaper, pee-pee diaper. Don't want to see that. We don't want to see that inappropriate foul. So yes, they're talking about she gonna be using an app from now on to tell her what to do in these situations. In the words of R.Kelly, think. Use your brain, girl. Use your brain.
Wasn't that on the table too?
I don't know if she did it on the table.
I heard it was a public restaurant, upper scale.
It was in the airport. But still,
it was an upscale restaurant in the airport. And she put the child on the table.
Right up on the table, change the diaper?
She's stunning.
How old's the baby?
It's a baby. It's not a
It's a
baby.
Put it in a stroller or something. Do it in the damn stroller.
She don't have right good sense to know that. And then finally, before we close out this segment, Peter Thomas, baby, them Cynthia Bailey checks that dried up. His credits going down to the toilet. Baby, as soon as he got off the plane in Miami, Florida, they picked him up for writing bad checks.
Sure did.
How bad is it for you? Now, I've written some bad checks in my time, but I ain't never had nobody pick me up. I was in college. I didn't, I barely knew how to balance a checkbook.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, come on, Peter. And by now, you should be doing a little bit better to where you could have paid those off or settled those. But hey, I don't know what's going on with your credit score. You should check out Credit Karma or somebody. By the way, if I'm shouting y'all out, feel free to sponsor this show as well. Okay? Credit Karma, call me, baby. Okay. But anyway, this is a Diva Disturbed. This has been the reality TV show segment. And come on back and let's have more discussion about whatever it is that's disturbing you, because it's probably disturbing the Diva. This is BFAM 109.6. I am Miss Sophia the Diva. Watch me dance. Watch me dance.
I don't know who writes checks anymore. You get picked up.
The old lady in front of me at Trader Joe's.
Yeah. I don't even have a checkbook.
I write them for church because in my church I write them for tax purposes because I know they say they would like a record.
Right.
Even though the church gives me a printout, I still like to have that so when my tax attorney gets it, you can just because I always owe the IRS. I feel like this, y'all. I feel like the IRS should just take whatever I give them on my check.
I like that idea.
And keep on going. I
don't
done
know
paid
if that works for you
taxes.
because I'll go with
I
that.
think the IRS is just a scam anyway. It's just like insurance.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, what's funny about insurance now is that my doctor's like, it's a minor procedure I need to have, but it is not life threatening. Otherwise I would be having a GoFundMe right now. But they were like, well, you haven't met your deductible, so it's going to be this much. It was like almost $2,000. And I was like,
You guys are crappy insurance, $2,000.
it's a $2,000. That's the highest one. It's cheap because I don't have to pay anything out of pocket. Like I went to urgent care recently, didn't have to pay for that.
Oh, okay, so you got better on the low end.
Mm-hmm. What else? I didn't like so far all the doctor visits that I've had, I haven't had to pay anything out of pocket.
No copay?
No
Oh,
copay.
that's why the high end's higher.
Yeah. So what it is
low
now
end
for
is
they
nothing.
they added up like for women's health, they don't really count that
Right.
as but the other stuff like tomorrow I'll find out when I go to the dermatologist what they're going to say about how much I'm going to have to pay, which I gotta pay anything. But I was like, man, Blue Cross Blue Shield just cut me a check when I was in California. All right, I am Miss Sophia the Diva. You're back here on BFAM 109.6. Call us, honey. We out at 678-383-4378. We waiting on you to call in because we're having some discussions about some very disturbing things. And that's what this show is all about. In crime news, okay, we're going to talk about Mr. Mr. Salsa Testis.
Oh no!
Howard Webb, age 31, out of Tennessee. Lord, bet he probably from Florida though. I bet he from Florida though. So, a Tennessee man accused of dipping testicles in customer salsa. He was a driver for dinner delivery. Don't use that service, baby. They don't even do site checks. So anyways, I don't know what happened. He decided to go into this restaurant in Tennessee and dip his balls and all in the salsa. And I just said, somebody said they call him Tapatito Testes. Somebody on Instagram calls him Tapatito Testes. And so y'all just pray over your food is all I'm going to say. To whomever or whatever you pray to, just pray over your food and let it bless it. Okay, amen. I pray to Jesus. Yes, sir.
I got a question for you. I don't want to talk about Mr. Testicles and the habanero pineapple sauce or whatever it is. I want to know what you think his job is today. He got 7 years. You at the card table, you just get in, you sit down in prison, shoot cards. What'd you do? Do you know what his job is now? He's the catcher of the whole pie. Because he dumped his balls in habanero mango sauce. He's like, the biggest guy in there goes, hey, what you doing now? Salsa?
Bubba.
7 years.
Who,
in a federal,
7 years.
7 years in a federal prison in Tennessee.
That's good. I
No,
mean,
no, it's not for him.
it's good for him.
No, it's not.
It'll be good for him.
It'll be good for somebody.
It'll be good.
Might
Somebody has
definitely make others think twice.
What was
before they do
Chris
stuff like
Rock?
that.
What was that Chris Rock used to the jelly and the peanut butter? What was that joke he used to do about the man in the prison who
You better pick that one up.
let me look this one up. But y'all, if someone who's watching live can remember
I can
that,
tell you right
What
now.
was it?
You know what? You talk and I'll look it up.
I prefer peanut butter myself, but I'll take the jelly man. Anyways, basically, when you first come to prison, he gets you and he gonna teach you how to basically eat the booty like groceries.
Oh,
Use jelly or peanut butter.
I got it right here.
What was the name of it?
It's called toss and salad.
Toss salad man. All
Okay.
right. He
So-
wants you to toss his salad.
Chris Rock on the peanut butter and jelly story. Party.
Chris,
Oh,
tell me how you felt when you got your invitation again this year. Like, jumped up, cried, and all this stuff. Clearly, tears of joy. Which year would you say was the greatest up to this point so far? One of those years, I forget which one. You really can't remember? Probably the second year I was here. That was something. Seems like only yesterday. Which performance do you think stood out the most last year? Every guy, top to bottom, everybody was that good. Like, not one person on that lineup stood out. They were more than cats. You know? There's been a lot of great performance over the years. A lot
Is
of
it
Now,
been?
if you had it, it says it's there.
don't worry about it. We
All
good. We good on that. We just went with the toss salad man. All right, but here's a more serious story that I want to get into real quick. It's old, but who had heard of this story, especially given the Black Lives Matter movement, police violence against particularly Black males? But there was a Black female in my home state of Texas back in 2015 And Shelly, this story is for you. Thank you so much for bringing it to my attention. But in June 2015, a young lady by the name of Sharnisa Corley was pulled over by Harris County deputies and made to strip down and was basically sexually assaulted by these men. Because they said that they swore up and down that they smelled marijuana in her car. Let me tell you something. When I was in law school, I clerked for the public defender's office. I had a young lady who was in there who got pulled over by an Oklahoma State trooper. She had baking soda in her purse. People, baking soda we used to brush teeth with sometimes, and that was her toothpaste. And supposedly it tested positive for cocaine. In the end, when the case came to court, it was baking soda. Now, what he put in the test tube, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, law enforcement, some of them are janky. Okay. So either way, in her lawsuit, Corley said that after interviewing her, the deputies claimed to smell marijuana but found nothing in the search of her car. Then female officers told Corley to remove her pants and shone a flashlight onto her exposed genital area to conduct a visual strip search.
On the side of the road? Oh, no.
Yes. And the dash cam showed this. So basically, I had not heard of this.
That's a lawsuit.
Ultimately, she ended up settling in 2018 for $185,000. Here's the thing. I had never heard of this case, and given the fact that there was another young lady back in 2017, I think, accused Texas state troopers of doing this, trying to rape her, but they really didn't. It came out that it was a falsehood. I would think that this case kind of would have been brought to light about a legitimate case, but none of us had ever heard of that. All I'm saying is, just like the advice that I've been given time and time again, like I remember driving back and forth from Tulsa to Dallas a lot when I was in law school. If it's dark on the road, I'm not pulling over until I get to a gas station or one of them Oklahoma casinos on the reservation, because they were right there on the side of the road. So ladies, all I'm saying in general, women in general, because you know there was a sexual assault case a couple of years ago where a trooper in Oklahoma, of all places, of course, had been sexually assaulting women that he kind of considered of the lesser educated social pariahs, just because they were prostitutes, crackheads, meth heads, whatever. He took advantage of the situation. People, they're human, okay? It doesn't matter what their status is. They're human beings, and they do not deserve to be treated like they're just a piece of meat that you can rape and take advantage of, okay? So ladies, just be safe out there. Go to a lighted area. That's all I'm saying, where other people are around, so these things won't happen. In other criminal news, which is very disturbing to me, I don't know if y'all remember this story that came out of Baltimore where a woman was murdered by a panhandler when she tried to donate money. Recently, as of yesterday, it has come out that the husband and her stepdaughter set her up to be murdered.
By a panhandler.
By a panhandler.
Okay.
Okay. That just really bothers me because, you know, so many of us want to help out other people. I can't tell you how many times I've been handed somebody $1 or even a loose change out of my cup holder or whatever to help them out. A lot of us became hesitant in giving to people that were allegedly homeless, because I heard that's a lucrative profession. You know, stand outside the road and make $56,000 a year. I'm just saying. But either way, can you believe the audacity? And not only that, though, come to find out, not only has this man murdered his wife, but years ago he used to be a bank robber and is HIV positive, people. So first of all, you should be lucky that a woman even wanted to get with you. I mean, you lucky you found your cookie like Magic Johnson, okay? Come on now. I'm just saying, y'all laughing, but I'm so serious. Stop. His name is Keith Tyrone Smith, y'all. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We got a caller.
Oh, please.
Caller, you on the air. No, not yet.
Hello?
So
No.
he's been in trouble not once but twice. Okay. Now I don't get why he murdered his wife, though. I didn't find that in the story. Like, what was the purpose? Were they trying to collect insurance, or what was going on? I didn't see why they did it. So, I mean, y'all, it's sad. It's getting to the point now where I can't even like comment on stories anymore because look at Jussie Smollett. He got us too. Smooth operator. We don't know what it's about. I guess he wanted to prove that he could be a great actor. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. So, anyways, just pray for this woman's soul. I can't believe that you set up a homeless person to do this for you. They said he tried to steal her wallet, and then she struggled, and he stabbed her and ran away. First of all,
so really was a homeless person that did it?
It sounds like
I thought it was one of the two. The husband or stepdaughter.
Well, they were in the car with her. Somebody was in the car with her.
I thought it was one of the two that did it, and they claimed it was a homeless person.
I was told they
That's
blamed the
what I
homeless
thought I
person
read.
to kill the wife.
Well, they said Baltimore police have now charged both with first-degree murder, but have not commented on the motive. My thing is, there must be a life insurance policy involved or some sort of death benefits to be paid out from a 401k or an IRA, something. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I thought if your last name was Peterson, you had
Damn,
high chance of getting murdered because who was it? Scott and his cousins, they out murdering lives and stuff.
His cousin did?
I just call them cousins. Okay. Remember, it's like 3 different cases where their last that police officer murdered his wives.
And they're all the same last name.
We all believe that other dude murdered his pregnant wife, and I think the staircase dude was a Peterson.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's why I call them all cousins. They're related. But I thought if your last name was Peters, if you try to talk to me, your last name Peters, so I'm just gonna be, I don't even want to be on the street no more. I'm just gonna go the other way. Thank you. Get away from me, black or white. I don't care. Latino, Italian. Either way,
Not family.
Italian, Iranian. Okay.
Right.
But anyways, y'all, come on back. This is BFAM 109.6. We're having a great time here in the studio. Join us. Join the conversation. Call in 678-334-378. I'm Miss Sophia the Diva. This is a Diva Disturbed.
So they pay
Listen.
and we just about two.
Remember that?
And that's all we're gonna play of that. But that's exactly what it is. Man is doing somebody's Palacio.
I think that's it. That's all I got. Is that it? We done it.
That's all you got. You got one more segment.
I do.
We talked about something. We're coming back in. You got one more segment.
I do.
We got 2 songs left. Yeah. Yeah, it's 10:30. You got one more segment.
Have 2 cents. Call back. Call back 2 cents.
We talk about something. I'll talk about something with you.
Wait, I got it. I got to talk about this book real quick.
Oh, that's right. The book readings. I knew there was one more thing.
I knew there was one more.
You sent me 6.
I'm about out. See, this is a problem.
I'm gonna tell you right now, girl. This has got to be one of the funniest shows you've done so far. I cannot believe you called Magic Johnson out. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, he is, you know.
It is what it was.
If a man tell you, or anyone tell you, hey, you know, I got HIV, you just like,
oh, you magic.
How long is it detectable? That's why you tell people get on PrEP. If you engage in
Oh yeah, I like that.
All right, y'all. We are back here on BFAM 109.6, home of one of the greatest female comics ever. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not there yet. But I'm speaking life over my situation. I don't know about any of y'all. But anyways, I am Miss Sophia the Diva. This is a Diva to Stir. Thank you all so much who have joined in. Thank you so much, my 2 cents, who has been part of the conversation. Just want to plug in right here that this show is looking for sponsors. If you have products or an event coming up that you want promoted or a business that you want it promoted, hey, come talk to the Diva. She'll hook you up. Our pricing is fair. So, between me and my producer, we can work something out for you, honey. Okay?
I promise your name cannot be ending in Kelly or Peterson.
Yes. Or Kardashian. Although I will
We take Kardashian money. No. We take that money. Let's not get too stupid.
Oh,
we
okay.
have values, but Kardashian money spends in everything.
Yeah, we'll take Kardashian money maybe. But I have more.
I don't have any more.
Okay, good.
Not with the Kardashians.
But anyways, if you want to also, you can cash out me at Diva1977. Yeah, Diva1977. If you just, send $1. That would totally help support the show. If, as a matter of fact, I have over 1,000 friends on Facebook, so y'all could totally everybody donate $1, and then we could make some things happen. Okay, but I also want to start doing this segment because I've in the past couple of months I've always been a bookworm, but I just really have been trying to get more into reading, be it self-help or historical or whatever it is. But, I like to pay attention to what Cousin Oprah is reading, okay? Y'all be laughing at me, but Oprah really, I really, in my heart, feel like she could potentially be my cousin, okay? But either way, she recommended last year this great book that will make you mad, sad, angry, and be like, what the hell? Like, what the hell just happened? So I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's called An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. I believe Tayari is out of Atlanta because most of her writings are based on things that happen in Atlanta. Now, An American Marriage has 3 main characters in it. Oh, okay. Has 3 main characters in it: Andre, Celestial, and Roy. Okay, Roy is a Morehouse man. I love Morehouse.
Shout out Morehouse.
I love Morehouse men. And if you're a man of Morehouse, that's okay too. But I love Morehouse men. But either way, it's just it's an interesting read without giving too much away. This book will leave you wondering, is that really an American marriage, or is it just a dysfunctional marriage? Has it always been a party of 3 and not a party of 2? Okay, so Roy has something really tragic happen to him. Roy and Celestial are married. Andre is a childhood friend of Celestial's, who they grew up literally next door together. The book cover has another main character in it, which is a tree, Old Hickey. Now, I'm not going to give that away about why Old Hickey is so central to the story, but it's kind of like being the tie that binds everything together, so to speak. But the book is very well written. It's written from 3 points of view of Roy, Andre, and Celestial. Celestial is a gifted artist. One of the things I found interesting about the book is that Celestial's mom raised her to have her own mind and be independent and not hold to that traditional thought of women being submissive. I personally am a proponent of that, but I do believe in following, like if I'm in a marriage or even in a more deeply committed relationship of following my husband, but at the same time, I also need to have my own mind. But I think An American Marriage will leave a lot of us with questions about what is the true definition of an American marriage. It's so, you'll be angry because I think after I got through the first 20 some pages of the book, I was mad and almost stopped wanting to read it because I told my friends, I said, what the hell do you have me reading? Okay. Cause this is not good. This is not good. And, but then I kept reading because it really is intriguing and you want to keep reading and you want to see, well, what is this really about? But let me see, what does it tell you the book is about, what it gives away? Because I don't even read that part half the time. Let's see. Well, dang, they didn't give anything away. It just says it's a New York Times and Washington Post notable book of 2018. Wait a minute, where is the about the book? Oh, they didn't give anything.
Let's say one of the characters is a tree.
I would say that it would be a main character,
Understood.
Old Hickey.
Like
it's part of the.
It's a hickory tree.
It's part of the things that holds the relation. It has seen it all. So newlywed Celeste and Aurora are in the embodiment of both the American dream and the New South. He is a young executive. She is an artist on the brink of an exciting career. But as they settle into the routine of their life together, they are ripped apart by circumstances neither could have imagined. I couldn't imagine. This is the part that made me want to put the book down. Roy is arrested and sentenced to 12 years for a crime Celestial knows he didn't commit. Though fiercely independent, Celestial finds herself bereft and unmoored, taking comfort in Andre, her childhood friend and best man at their wedding. Mm-hmm. As Roy's time in prison passes, she is unable to hold on to the love that has been her center. After 5 years, Roy's conviction is suddenly overturned and he returns to Atlanta ready to resume their life together. This stirring love story is a profoundly insightful look into the hearts and minds of three people who are at once bound and separated by forces beyond their control. An American Marriage is a masterpiece of storytelling, an intimate look into the souls of people who must reckon with the past while moving forward with hope and pain into the future. And that, my dear friends, has been An American Marriage. I suggest you all get into reading it. Yolanda and Carlotta, we will be meeting at some point for brunch to discuss this, and we will also be discussing Tiffany D. Jackson's book, Allegedly. That's another one I encourage y'all to pick up and read. She's an independent writer. I believe she's self-published, but Tiffany D. Jackson has written a great book about a young girl who ends up in a group home due to a murder that she allegedly committed on an infant. And no one really knows if she really did it because she never spoke in defense of herself. The lawyers and her mother did all the speaking for her. So that's another book I would encourage y'all to read if you're into nonfiction. I would definitely recommend reading Killers of the Flower Moon. That's about the Osage murders. I recently read that one too. That one's really good. It also talks about the creation of the FBI as we know it under J. Edgar Hoover, who created the FBI. And you know, an interesting fact about J. Edgar Hoover that people probably don't ever realize, he never was a lawman. He was just a businessman. Okay, but he created a law enforcement group that is impeccable in some respects. Another one that I would suggest you read is, I can't say it, but y'all know it, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. That's another good one that I would suggest you all pick up. I'm almost finished reading that. And another nonfiction that I'm also working on right now is The Cadaver King and the Country Dentist, which covers the medical examiner system in the state of Mississippi. Y'all know that is my birthplace. I do cherish Mississippi because I have a lot of great memories there, but I know Mississippi has a long, hard road to go before they get into the 21st century, quite frankly. If y'all know, in my hometown of Charleston, Mississippi, Morgan Freeman resides there, and it wasn't until about 2004 that the high school prom was integrated by him. He offered to pay for the prom. So Mississippi has a lot going. Their legal system is still backwards. I asked my mom about her prom, and her best friend were like, yeah, I remember the black kids had their own prom and the white kids had theirs. And she said, honestly, the black kids' prom was more like a house party, more so than a prom feeling. So Mississippi has an interesting history. I suggest y'all pick it up. John Grisham does write the foreword for The Cadaver King. So I'll definitely be giving y'all more books to read if you're interested. If you do want to form a book club out of a Diva Disturbed, we can definitely talk about doing that as well. But I'm just really a proponent of education and of reading and to expand your mind, because if you can't go there, you can at least read about it and pretend you're there. Lord knows, reading Eric Jerome Dickey books, that's how I learned so much about LA. So when I got there, I felt like, hey, I've been here before. Just like now I'm in Atlanta, although Real Housewives of Atlanta has been my way of going to Atlanta before I got here. Although I used to party here in my 20s. As a matter of fact, the club I used to party at is now some sort of right there on is that Cobb Parkway? It used to be Vegas nights. Yes, y'all don't know nothing about Vegas nights. You young people, wait a minute. But the older folk, we know about Vegas. They had some good wings at they buffet. Friday night, baby, you could show up at Vegas nights and you could get you a nice little buffet, have your good little cocktail, maybe meet you a couple of people, and get some numbers and roll with that, because you just always getting his phone numbers. I wouldn't talk to nobody. That's all. But David, do we have anything else to say?
I do have something special for you, because I know you talk about money a lot. So I have, I know you don't follow baseball, right? You don't follow baseball very much?
I know. Do
you know who Bryce Harper is?
No, I don't.
Okay. So Bryce Harper was the free agent of the year this year. Okay. He's the one everybody's seeking. And when he started out there, he says, I want at least 10 years and I want at least $300 million. Oh, every team gave him at least that offer. This is what I want to tell you that he did. He got an offer from the Dodgers for 4 years for $188 million for 4 years. He took a job with the Phillies for 13 years for $330 million.
Oh, so he got more than he asked for.
No, he went to prison with peanut butter and jelly, got his salad tossed. 4 years divided by $188 million is $47 million a year. 13 years at $330 million is $21 million a year.
You want that longevity though.
He could have got out at 30 years old and got a big fat contract. $188 million to play baseball for 4 years in LA. Or play 13 years in Philadelphia, where they only got one title in the whole lifespan of their team. That's all I had.
But I also read that
he wanted
230 million of it's guaranteed.
Yes.
So he can walk away.
Correct.
In 2 years with 230 million.
He can't walk away, but if he gets hurt, let's just say that he's owned by Philadelphia for 13 years. If he gets hurt, of that 330 million, he gets hurt in the first day he comes in there. He gets beamed in the head, he's out of baseball forever. He will collect $230 million.
Or you can say he got abused by R.Kelly.
Trust me, no one's gonna believe that, because unless he doesn't have the right genitalia. Real quick.
Nice.
Cousin Solange, y'all know I claim. Solange just dropped a new album, When I Get Home. How many of y'all have listened to it? Because I feel like I need to be in California or Colorado or DC at this point, because I felt like you need to be high to
You have to be high.
What is going on with the Solange Knowles album? And no offense, because you like family Solange over here with the Diva, okay? Because Beyonce is my cousin, your mama is my auntie. She know that. Yes, not legally. No, not biologically. I wish she was. I claim my Texas and Mississippi people. We all family. But I just feel like, especially Beyonce's mom, I always feel like she should be my auntie Tina, because she's so much fun. I love her. She's so corny and goofy, and I love it. But I don't know. Comment down. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are about the new Solange album. I have given it one listen so far. I was cooking breakfast and felt like, where's the sativa? Because I was just like, I don't know what's going on. It has, I will say this, it does have an Erykah Badu vibe to it, which would make sense because they're both from Texas. But at the same time, it's a little bit on a higher level of highness than the Erykah Badu album. People were like, it's a whole mood. And I'm like, y'all are just being polite. It probably would be good if it was hot. Now, her last album, A Seat at the Table, that album was amazing. It was substantive. It made sense. We could all follow it. We didn't want nobody to touch our hair, okay? Although you could touch my wig if you want. Don't touch my real hair because I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you're praying on anybody, anything like that. I'm just saying, I don't let it just anybody touch my hair, okay? I don't know what your hand been. I don't know if you satanic or not. But yeah, her husband is way older than her.
3 years.
Yeah. She was
You
like,
don't know about the Honorable Muhammad?
20.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Muhammad?
He believes that a man can date any woman half his age plus 7. So I'm 50. So I'm single. So I can go all the way down to 32 and it's still okay.
Half his age plus 7?
Any man.
What's the generation skipping age? Is it 33 and a half years? I think it is, where before someone will no longer be considered a skipped person. I can't remember. But y'all, I spent 10 years as a trust officer.
Yeah, that's that.
What it is, generation skipping is when, for instance, if let's say your grandparents died mathematical, I don't know, people, you love who you love, you fall in love with who you fall in love with, but I just don't know if I like the statistics of knowing that my husband could possibly, just have cardiac arrest at any given moment because he's 90 years old and here I am, a vibrant 42-year-old. Okay, I'm just saying. Or he could have been my daddy. Or he could have been my daddy's daddy. I'm just saying. But, to each their own. You love who you love. I have dated older men in the past, but that kind of was not by choice. For some reason, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, I would always attract older men. But then when I hit 30, I started attracting 21, 22-year-olds. And I'm like, where were y'all before? Oh, that's right. You probably weren't around then. But all I'm saying, or you were playing on the playground. But it's very bizarre, because like normally some people will ask me, I thought you about 32. Now, baby, I'm old enough to be your sexy aunt. That's who I am. I'm the one that's old enough to be your sexy aunt. Okay, not your mama, but your sexy aunt. That's what I always like to say. But either way, do not forget, guys, that if you have friends and family out there, if you are a family member that want to donate to the Diva Disturbed show, I would greatly appreciate it. Cash App, Diva 1977. And I'll probably be setting up a Patreon account here pretty soon. But either way, help a diva out with her show. We're going to have great content. There's going to be more to come. There's going to be people coming in that we're going to interview from time to time. Especially if you have a business or event that you want us to promote for you and get you some airtime, because some people, you never know who's watching. Some people may show up and bless your event. But this has been a Diva Disturbed on Beat Fam 109.6. My next show will be next week, same bad time, same bad channel. And also, if any of y'all are in the Atlanta area, I will be in Lithonia at the Luxor Lounge, 9 p.m. for the great Sunny G's birthday bash. Yes, a diva is getting back on stage. I'm going to do a few jokes, make the folks laugh. So I am getting back on stage. Okay, all right. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. You guys have been all that. What y'all know about that Talib Kweli? Oh. My face too.
Rapping jazz sounds so good.
Okay,
it's like a slow jazz.
Extra, can I have a seat? Oh.
We go.
She's in motion, man.
We go. We shut her out. She was live. She's about to.
Like,